The world is a noisy place, busy and crowded. It can leave us feeling anxious and afraid. Turn to the book of Psalms. They are songs of the heart, poems of the soul, words penned by people who knew trouble and found God faithful. The Psalms offer comfort and guidance. They remind us that we are not alone. God is with us. This is our hope. This is our peace. Let the words wash over you. Psalm 23, verse 4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your presence is my shield, your love my fortress. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. In the darkest moments, your guidance is my light. These words are a lifeline. They remind us that no matter how deep the shadows, there is always a dawn. When life gets dark, remember God is with you. His presence is a beacon, a constant source of hope and strength. He will never leave you nor forsake you. In every trial, in every storm, His love remains steadfast. You are safe in His care. Cling to this promise. Let it be the anchor that holds you steady in turbulent times. Psalm 34, verse 14. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. Simple instructions, profound truth. In a world filled with chaos, the pursuit of peace is a noble and necessary endeavor. Choose the path of peace. It is a journey, not a destination. Each step taken in kindness and love brings us closer to true harmony. Let go of anger and bitterness. These emotions weigh down the soul, preventing us from experiencing the fullness of life. Seek harmony in your heart and with others. Build bridges of understanding and compassion. In doing so, we create a world where peace can flourish. Remember, peace begins with a single act of kindness. It grows with every gesture of goodwill. Let your actions be the seeds of a more peaceful world. Reflect on these words. Let them guide your thoughts and actions. In the whispers of hope and echoes of peace, find your strength and purpose. Embrace the journey. Trust in the promise of a brighter tomorrow. With faith and determination, we can overcome any obstacle. Let the whispers of hope and echoes of peace be your constant companions. They are the gentle reminders that you are never alone. In every moment, choose hope. In every action, pursue peace. Together, we can create a world filled with light and love. Psalm 91, verse 1. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This verse speaks to the heart of finding peace and security in God's presence. Imagine walking through a serene forest, the sunlight filtering through the trees, and feeling an overwhelming sense of calm. This is what it means to dwell in the shelter of the Most High. It's a place where worries fade and the soul finds rest. Imagine a fortress, strong and secure. Picture an ancient stone fortress standing tall on a hilltop, its walls unyielding and steadfast. This fortress represents God's unwavering protection. Just as a fortress shields its inhabitants from danger, God offers us a sanctuary where we can find safety and security. His protection is not just physical, but also emotional and spiritual, providing a refuge from the storms of life. This is God's protection. He offers you refuge from the storms of life. When the world feels chaotic and overwhelming, God's embrace is like a small church on a hilltop, illuminated by a ray of sunshine amidst storm clouds. It's a beacon of hope and a reminder that no matter how fierce the storm, there is always a place of peace and safety in His presence. Run to Him. Find safety in His presence. Just as a person runs through a meadow towards a distant mountain seeking shelter under a large tree during a rainstorm, we too can run to God. In His presence we find not only physical protection but also emotional and spiritual solace. He is our refuge, our safe haven in times of trouble. Psalm 121, verses 1 and 2. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. The beauty of a majestic mountain range at sunrise reminds us of the grandeur and power of God's creation. When we lift our eyes to the mountains, we are reminded of His strength and majesty. It's a call to look beyond our circumstances and seek help from God. My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. The vastness of the night sky filled with stars, and the expansive landscape where mountains meet the horizon serve as a testament to God's infinite power and creativity. He is the maker of heaven and earth, and His help is always available to us. No matter how small or insignificant we may feel, we are never beyond His reach. When you feel overwhelmed, look up. In moments of distress, when the weight of the world feels too heavy to bear, take a moment to look up. Whether standing on a hill or by a tranquil lake, gazing upwards can remind us of the vastness of God's creation and His constant presence in our lives. It's a simple act that can bring immense comfort and perspective. Remember who holds the universe. The same God who created the stars also cares for you. As you lie on the grass looking up at the vast starry night sky, remember that the same God who holds the universe in His hands also holds you. He knows your struggles, your fears, and your hopes. And in His infinite love and wisdom, He offers you refuge and strength. Trust in His embrace and find peace in knowing that you are never alone. Psalm 23 verse 1, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Picture yourself as a sheep. God is your shepherd. He provides for you. He protects you. You have everything you need in Him. Psalm 37 verse 4, take delight in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. God knows your heart. He knows your deepest longings. Trust Him to fulfill His purposes for your life. He will give you good things. Be still and know, Psalm 46:10, He says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Take a deep breath, quiet your mind. Remember who God is. He is all-powerful. He is in control. You can rest in His sovereignty. Psalm 62:1, truly my soul finds rest in God. My salvation comes from Him. True peace comes from knowing God. He is your refuge and your strength. When the world feels chaotic, find your peace in Him. Even when fear knocks. In the quiet moments of dawn, when the world is still and the forest awakens, we often find ourselves reflecting on our deepest fears. These fears can be as gentle as the flowing river or as overwhelming as a stormy sea. Psalm 56:3, when I am afraid, I put my trust in you. This verse reminds us that in times of fear, we have a choice. We can let fear consume us, or we can turn to God for comfort and strength. Fear is a part of life. It is as natural as the deer grazing in the meadow or the birds soaring high above the mountains. Yet, just as these creatures find their way, so can we navigate through our fears. But it doesn't have to control you. Imagine a hiker walking through a dense forest, each step taken with confidence despite the unknown path ahead. Similarly, we can walk through our fears with trust and courage. Choose to trust God even when you're afraid. Picture a small boat navigating a stormy sea, guided by the steady light of a distant lighthouse. This is how trust in God can guide us through the storms of life. He will see you through. Just as sunlight breaks through dark clouds, bringing hope and clarity, so will God's presence illuminate our darkest moments. Psalm 27:1, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? This powerful verse reassures us that with God as our light, we have nothing to fear. The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? God is your protector. He is your defender. He is your strength. Just as the mountains stand tall and the lighthouse withstands the crashing waves, so does God's strength and protection surround us. You don't have to be afraid. In the peaceful moments of life, like a meadow at sunrise or a deer standing calmly in the forest, we are reminded of the serenity that comes from trusting in God. He is with you always. As the day ends with a colorful sunset and the river reflects the beauty of the trees, remember that God's presence is a constant, unwavering source of comfort and strength. No matter where you are or what you face, He is with you always. Morning dawns, bringing hope. Psalm 35. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Life has seasons. There will be times of sadness and grief, but God's mercies are new every morning. Hold on to hope. Joy will come. Psalm 118:24. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Every day is a gift. Choose to see the good. Find reasons to be thankful. Embrace the present moment. Live with joy. Casting your cares, Psalm 55:22. Cast your burden upon the Lord, and He shall sustain you. He will never suffer the righteous to be moved. Worry weighs you down. It steals your peace. Give your worries to God. He cares for you. He will carry your burdens. Psalm 37:5. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will do this. Surrender your plans to God. Trust His timing. He knows what's best for you. He will direct your steps. Let go and let God. Finding strength in weakness. Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. You are not alone in your struggles. God is your strength. He will never leave you nor forsake you. He will help you through every challenge. Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Even when you feel weak, God is strong. He will give you the strength you need. He is your portion. He is everything you need. A tapestry of peace. The Psalms are a tapestry of human experience. Woven through them are threads of hope and peace. May these words bring comfort to your soul. Remember, God is with you. He cares for you. He is your refuge and your strength. Turn to Him. Find peace for your weary heart in the Psalms.